झड़ने लगा दिल मेरा जरा जरा कांटों से लगने लगा दिल मेरा मैं परेशान 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 आतिश वो कहा मैं परेशान 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 रंजिशी है दुआ ये फितूर मेरा लाया मुझको है तेरे करीब ये फितूर मेरा रहमत तेरी ये फितूर मेरा मैंने बदला रे मेरा नसीब ये फितूर मेरा चाहत तेरी धीमे धीमे चल रही थी ख्वाहिशें दिल में नमी घुट रही फरमाइशें बन के धुआं वो तुझ तक जा पहुंची परवरदिगारा दीवानगी की हद मैंने नोची परवरदिगारा ये फितूर मेरा लाया मुझको है तेरे करीब ये फितूर मेरा रहमत तेरी ये फितूर मेरा मैंने बदला रे मेरा नसीब ये फितूर मेरा चाहत तेरी मैं परेशान 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 दिलकशी का समा मैं परेशान 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 ख्वाहिश का समा परवरदिगारा परवरदिगारा
Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome. Amit, so good to have you. I'm super excited, to be honest. And look, I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart because you're one of the top music directors in India, and you really didn't have to even accept my invite, but it really shows your humility that
No,
you accepted a fan's invite to come on the podcast, and I'm so thrilled. I have no words to express, Amit. Thank you so much.
thank you. Pleasure is all mine because being an ardent ARR fan myself, it wasn't a big, no-brainer for me to join in for this. Because anything for sir, anything for AR sir.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Because
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I've always wanted you on the podcast. And okay, let me give you a bit of a background. So this podcast was started. It's only about 2.5, 3 months ago. That's all. And then started out of pure love and respect for Sir. And so I sought his permission before I started. So I told him, Sir, I looked for a podcast, looked for AR Rahman podcast, and nothing came up. And I want to start one. And he just smiled. That's all. And then that was pretty much a go ahead for me. And then that's where the journey began. And Sir himself came on the podcast. He spent about an hour with me on the
Wow.
And in fact, interestingly enough, when I asked Sir, saying, Sir, the podcast has started, I've had about, 30 odd guests who have come so far. And I was just wondering if you can come. And then he said, just tell me, when do you want me to come? And less than 30 seconds. And so I said, Sir, I only need 15 minutes. He said, Chanda, I'll give you 30 minutes. And on the
Super.
day of the podcast, he gave me an hour. And it's
Wow.
just magical.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
And I've had almost everyone come on the podcast, Amit. So your very good friend Naresh and Shankar Mahadevan sir and Hariharan sir is coming next week. And I think I've covered almost everyone who has been part of Sir's journey. And I'm
Yes.
super thrilled to have you because, to be honest with you, Sir has acknowledged quite some time back that he likes your music. And I have huge respect for you for that one reason. And the second thing is your music I have loved personally. Apart from Sir's music, I've loved your music.
Thank you
And
so much. Thank you so much.
because I think everything started from Dave D for me. And your music is absolutely unique and original. That's the best part. And I've followed your interviews. I still remember you were in an interview with Vishal, then Salim Sulaiman as well, I think, and then maybe Clinton was also.
Ehsan. Ehsan.
Ehsan, yes, that's right. And you were talking about AR Sir there too. And you always had a huge respect for Sir. And then I was right from the start of the podcast journey, I wanted you on the podcast. And
Yes.
today, probably it's my dream come true. Thank you so much once again.
My pleasure. Totally my pleasure. Totally my pleasure. As I said earlier. Anything for AR, sir. Yeah. Been a huge fan. See, I'll tell you where it all began for me. I was around 13 years old, maybe 13, 14 years old, I guess.
Yeah,
In 1990, I'm a 79 year old, 79 born.
yeah,
And 1992 or 93 when Roja and Tiruda came.
yeah, yeah.
And I was around 13, 14-year-old boy, a small boy,
Wow.
a young boy, an impressionable boy. And till then, till 13, 14 years of age, whatever music I had heard, because I've always been a huge fan of music. I've always enjoyed and been an ardent fan of any music. And I was since childhood, I've had this thing in me to, listen to music, understand what it is, who's the composer. And so that was since very, very small age. And till 13, 14 years of age, what I had heard, it completely got wiped out from my memory, from my subconscious, because I came across a soundtrack called Roja,
Yeah,
and I was like, what is this? This is also music, and this is all this. The whole world is making music here. That's also called music, but this is also music. But this has its absolutely different standing. It's coming from some other planet, some other world. It's so otherworldly. How is this possible? Who is this person? Who is the person behind this? So obviously, I got to know. Then he was like a big sensation at that time, and Roja had come and all over the place, everywhere, like a full country was kind of talking about this man. And for a 14-year-old boy, I was like suddenly wanting to know more about this man.
yeah,
Who is this guy? What is this? What is he doing? And after that, I blame AR sir. I blame him till date for completely changing my taste in music. For I don't enjoy anybody else's music. The biggest problem is since Roja, I'm only looking forward to his albums. I'm only looking forward to what he's going to do next. Then I come across Tiruda. It blows my mind to some other level. These two albums are enough. I have done enough damage inside me to convert me into complete ARR. Massive damage, and I am like, oh God, now there is no turning back. And there is no turning back, no looking back. And after that, trust me, there were a lot of films, a lot of music that Hindi films were making, South Indian film industry was making, a lot of composers I was listening to in Bollywood as well as in the South
yeah,
Indian movies. and everything was great. Not to take away from anybody or anything. Everybody was doing great, and everything was fine. But my taste buds had gone to some other level. My taste buds had already given up and surrendered to AR sir.
Yeah.
And then everything was nice, but then okay, fine. No, give me what is sir doing next. So then it was Mumse Mukabla, I remember, which was Kadalan in Tamil, and it came as Humse Mukabla in Hindi. I think around that was the third film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then came Rangila, and then Gentleman.
Yes.
Then immediately followed by Dil Se, Bombay,
Bombay.
Lagan. By Lagan, I was like a devotee. I was like a worshipper. Finished. Then for me, then everything that was coming to every other music, especially in Bollywood, shouldn't be saying this, but that was the fact. Honestly, for me as a growing up child, nothing else mattered.
Yeah.
Because that much impact, that kind of impact, Sir's music had on me, such crazy impact it had on me, that unfortunately nothing else had that power to blow me off. If you want to blow my mind off, you better be better than AR Rahman then. And that never happened. Never happened. So yeah, and since then it's no looking back, and it's so much learning, and till I would say till Rockstar in 2013. So for 25 years of me as a listener, as a fan, 25 years of listening to his music inside out, like completely going into the depths of every arrangement and composition and everything, and scrutinizing it completely. I've like learned so much from AR sir. He's like an institution to me, and I would rather give my whatever little bit I have done in my career, in my life, I would give the major credit to AR sir, because he's the one who's influenced me.
Wow.
His music is what has made me what I am today. Made me. I think the way I think like him, because I resonate with his ideas, his thoughts, his music, his values. I completely resonate with that culture, and I owe it to him for life, for the rest of my life.
Wow.
He's not done it directly to me, but his music is out there for everybody, and it has that kind of effect and impact on me, and it still has.
Wow. You're being so humble, Amit. Even after achieving so much, you say this. It really says a lot about you.
No, it's the fact that, trust me, just imagine for a 13, 14-year-old boy I was not into music at that time. That the reason why I got into music was probably those albums, Tirada, Roja, and Rangila, and Hamse Mukabla, those 4-5 albums that came in just short span, and it just blew each and every nerve of my brain. Tak, 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 tak. It was like just playing some kabaddi inside my mind. What the hell is going on? Yeah, that kind of impact. So it completely changed. It completely changed everything for me. And I wanted to pursue music because of that. And I thought it inspires you. You know, his music has that power it always had. Since 25 years, 30 years till now, it has that power to inspire anybody, and it still inspires me.
Amazing.
And till date, as we speak today morning, I was watching Arijit Singh and AR Rahman's conversation.
Yeah.
Now, that itself was so inspiring. So just imagine for 30 years non-stop, that man is just inspiring you. And hats off. He's just God. He's just God to me.
Amazing. So good.
Yeah.
Amit, when Naresh was on the podcast, he said back in the days you guys had a band and you would actually perform Sir's songs.
Yep.
I would love to hear more about it.
Show was called Dil Se.
Yeah.
And it was 2.5 hours of only AR Rahman songs. So the entire show was dedicated to AR Rahman sir, and 2.5 hours of only AR Rahman songs, and And I was the privileged one. I was the only musician. There were 5 singers, 4 to 5 singers, and I was the only musician who used to create the tracks. To create tracks,
Yeah.
I used to program, and so I used to replicate "Dil Se Re," "Hai Rama," "O Hum Dum Suniyo Re," and "Taal Se Taal Mila," and all the songs. I used to Roja Janeman,
Yeah.
Siva Diya. So I have created all these tracks, and what pleasure I have got of being that one musician on stage. Obviously, I used to play live also on the tracks that I had created, but I had programmed those tracks and I used to play live on stage.
Yeah.
And there were other musicians too sometimes in shows, but majorly it was like just one. I used to take my sampler. In those days, we used to have sampler with floppy disks and everything. So for floppy drive and everything.
Yeah.
So I used to make all these precious tracks, save it, create at least 2-3 backups of it so that it doesn't, because floppy disk had a tendency of, what do you call it? Getting corrupted.
Yeah.
Yes, and everything would get evaporated completely.
Yeah.
So we have to keep backups and save it properly so that during the show everything runs smoothly. So yeah, we had amazing time. Lots of shows we did.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Naresh was saying that he was absolutely enjoying those times.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, phenomenal. And that's what I'm saying. The learning that I got when I was to create these tracks, recreate these songs by Sir, and to dig into what he is thinking, or pick his brain of how he thought of this. I still am amazed. When I check out how Ajnabi tu bhi kabhi awaaz de, Paki Paki Pardesi, the way it moves, the way it starts, the way the arrangement happens, Udit ji singing, it's immaculate. It's so brilliant. It still beats me. How can one think like that? And this is one of thousands of songs that he's done, which so brilliantly.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
So when your buddy Naresh went ahead to sing with Sir, how did you?
Oh God. It was around 2004, 5. I remember 4-5. I think 2004, 5.
Yeah, would
I think so. Yeah. Because 2006 was Rang De Basanti when he got his first break, and he won national award for it.
Correct.
And he got selected, I think, in 4 or 5, 2005. I'm not mistaken, around that time. And we were doing these shows during those.
Yeah.
These ARR Rahman shows, we used to do around those times only.
Yeah.
And while we are doing shows, and suddenly one day he just comes running, all excited, all pumped up, going crazy. And he's coming and telling us, guys, what? I've been called to Chennai by ARR Rahman, sir. I was like, what? I said, get lost. I was like, you're talking rubbish. I couldn't believe. I thought he was faking it.
Yeah.
No. It took me half an hour to come to terms with the fact that actually Naresh was. For us, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
In 2005, I'm talking 15 years back.
Yeah.
It was a huge deal for us to know about the fact that our close friend, someone I know who's been called by AR sir, and I was like, oh God, wow, bloody God bless you, you've made it. Go, do it. Just show your talent and just make it work brilliantly.
Yeah.
And of course, he did that. He made us all proud with what he did in Rang De Basanti, and so on now. And there's no looking back after that. So
For sure.
yeah, it was and he used to come and tell us all the experiences that he had with sir, and wow, beautiful days, beautiful memories.
Amazing. Amit, we all know the pattern in which Sir works, especially, or the right word is routine. He prefers to work in the night. What about you as a music director? Are you influenced in that way too, or are you a night owl like?
I tried that. I thought, wow, because you idolize somebody, and if your idol is working a certain way, you tend to follow that. Tend to copy that.
Yeah.
I tried that. My health went for a toss. I couldn't do it. I, my all sorts of health problems started happening. So I am no more a night person. I used to work a lot like that till 3. I not till go. I won't go on till morning.
Right.
But there was a phase. But for minimum 2 years, I used to work till 3 in the morning. From 3 to 3. 3 in the afternoon, I used to come to the studio, and 3:30 in
Wow.
the morning, I used to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
And that I did for a year and a 2 years, I guess. And after that, my health gave up, man.
Mm.
I kind of had too many health problems, acidity, this, that, and
Wow.
too many issues. So I kind of gave up, and I've come back to normal
The day thing.
routine.
Okay.
Yeah, normal. Yeah, like a sleep at 12:30 max, and wake up at 8. Do my yoga.
Wow.
I
Amazing.
do, yeah, do my morning course, have breakfast, to get into riyas, and like become full structured. Yeah,
How long does your Riyas go
discipline.
for, Amit? Just out of curiosity.
Sorry.
How long does your Riyas go for?
Because I have to come to studio, I don't get much time. Maybe hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because it's piano, also singing, also everything put together.
Yeah.
I do, and sometimes it's now fine. We are in pandemic situation and it's
Yeah.
lockdown, so we get lot of time. But every day I should not get that much time
Yeah.
also to rehearse because of work. Sometimes some work pressure,
Yeah.
and some producer pressure, some director pressure, some delivery pressure, whatnot and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it was not easy. But yeah, I'm trying my
Yeah.
whatever level best in a
Yeah.
little bit limited capacity of talent that I have. I'm trying.
Oh gosh. Uh,
Yeah.
Sir's engineers have also come on the podcast, and one of them was Deepak, PA Deepak. I'm not sure if you know him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a Grammy
yeah.
Award winning. Yeah,
Yes,
he
of
actually
course.
knows you very well. So I
Yeah,
have.
I think I've interacted. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm sure I might have interacted with him.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And when he was on the podcast, I asked him, when does Sir know when to finish the track? Like when does he stop? And he said, generally, it's the deadline. If the master has to go out by tonight, till the last minute, he'll be working. That's how he is. And
Yeah, that's great. That's amazing.
well,
Perfection. He's a perfectionist. I'm sure. I'm sure he's
yeah,
because it shows. It reflects when you hear his tracks, when you hear his soundtrack, any song, right from the best, right from Roja, being the first film till now, to Dil Bechara.
yeah,
Uh, One thing hasn't changed. Of course, his sound has changed. He's evolved. He's evolved as a human being, as an artist.
yeah,
A lot of things change. But one thing uh, is that the perfection and proper detailing into the arrangement, all proper detailing into all with that in each and every track.
yeah,
That he goes, takes it very easy, slowly, he takes his own time, nurtures it. I can feel there's a process.
yeah,
There's a massive process that he's going through. You can feel that when you hear the music. That a lot of back and forth must have happened. He must have thrown off something. He must have brought in something, and a lot of experiments he must have done.
yeah,
And he must have taken his own sweet time. Now this, now that, now this instrument will come in here, and this will go in like this, and these notes, and these arrangements, and these progressions. Oh, wow! What detailing? That hasn't changed yet. It's evolved. It's evolved. It's gotten better with time, I guess.
for sure.
Absolutely better. The string arrangement that he did in Roja uh, versus that he does now, the string arrangement, they are so complex and captivating. Oh,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
yeah.
It's just evolved with time. Yeah.
And the thing is, Amit, as part of this podcast journey, what has happened is a number of Sirs fans, in fact, in large numbers, have come together because of this podcast. And then what's now happened is it has evolved into what's called an I Love ARR community. So this community is evolving like crazy by the day. People coming from Europe, UK, all over the world are coming and joining this community. And
I'm not surprised.
and
Yeah.
I have to be honest, the best part was, although I've had like 40, 45 odd guests come so far, they have never been as excited as they have been when I said you are coming on the podcast.
Oh
And
wow, seriously?
I'm not saying this to flatter you. I'm being
Okay.
extremely honest. The reason why we all love you and all the other guys absolutely love you is because of the respect that you have for Sir, and your music says it all as well because of also the person you are. And I just thought I should convey this to you,
Thank you.
uh, because the community absolutely loves you,
No,
and
so sweet,
I
so
thought I
sweet.
should really mention this to you. And the thing is, they came up with a long list of questions for me to ask, but I really can't
I said
ask you
me.
hundreds of questions. But
Oh God.
I said on your behalf, I can definitely, on the community's behalf, I can definitely say that we have lots and lots of love for you.
So sweet, so sweet. My likewise. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Especially there's one guy called Nivas from Chennai. He's your ardent fan, and he said he absolutely loves you. He wanted me to say that to you.
So sweet, so sweet. Thank you, Emas. Thank you very much.
And the thing is, I mean, so Amit, so of course, Sir works till the last minute, and you yourself, you're one of the leading music directors. Do you know when to stop in terms of when it needs to be delivered, and then that? Do you know? Yeah, how am I supposed to ask this? When do you know when to stop?
Yeah, I really don't have an answer. I don't an answer. My engineer, Shadab Rahim, he's been a very what do you call influential for part of my music because he mixes all my songs. He's been mixing all my songs since I guess English.
Wow.
So when it reaches to him,
Yeah.
when I say send it to mix means it's over. It means I'm done. Correct? Which means I'm done. Let's send it for mix. Let's send it to Shadab.
Yeah.
Shadab sends me the first part. It's been happening since then. It has happened today also. Like yesterday it has happened.
Yeah.
Till date. So he takes the mix. He works on it for 10 days, whatever, how much ever time he takes, and he sends me one draft. The moment he sends me that first draft, I am like, oh God, it's far from done yet. It's far from done yet. I have. Please
Wow.
send me the. Please send me the mix session. Give me 5 days.
Oh my
4
God.
5 days more. Then I rework, and I do have to do. I do too many much more things because I don't know. Some kind of ideas open up after the first draft of his mix that comes. Some thing in my head opens up, and then I rework. It goes back. And when it goes back, and I think, okay, now I'm done. Okay, now I'm done. Another draft comes. Something else happens. So it's never done.
Never done.
It's never. So it's been happening since ages like this only.
Wow.
And yeah, it's crazy.
Probably that's
Yeah.
the way it is, right? The creative process. I don't know.
It's beautiful. Yeah, you can't pinpoint actually. But then there's a hunger to make it, to say if you're sending it out to the world, it has to be the best version of. I don't know. Really don't have words how to describe this. Maybe Sir would know. Sir would describe this, and he would articulate it much better way than we. I'm lost of words, but yeah, this phenomena happens a lot. Yeah.
So, Amit, obviously, look, I'm an IT guy. I work in IT during the day, and then for me personally, I know when is the prime time for me. For me, it's early in the mornings when I wake up by around 4:35. I'm like fully pumped up, full high on energy, and I smash through things. And is there something similar for yourself? What's your day like? Like when you wake up, do you have a prime time of the day, or creative process just happens at any point?
Since the time I've changed my cycle,
Yeah,
I told you just few moments back, I had a different cycle earlier.
yeah,
But since the time I've changed my cycle, now morning times have become more the kind of the charge that comes,
yeah.
the juices that flow,
Mm.
the energy that I feel. It's the morning time. For me.
Yeah.
But the moment I wake up, if I do a yoga session or if I go for a walk
Yeah.
on a beach, or whatever, some sort of exercise, and I come back and get fresh. things like there's some magical happening
Amazing.
then.
And
Yeah.
and you might know, Sir has the habit of lighting a candle, right? So you
Oh,
know that.
is it? No, I didn't know this. Acha?
So when he's composing, he usually lights up a candle, and those candles are from Ajmer. And
Wow.
so I came to know about it very long ago, and then I got into the, when you idolize someone, you start to follow that person in terms of what he does and
Right.
stuff like that, just like you mentioned. So
Yeah.
I started just lighting up a candle just so that it helps me focus at times. And then when Sir was on the podcast, I asked him, Sir, you have the habit of lighting candles. I would love to know more about it. And he said those candles are from Ajmer, and he treasures them a lot, and he gets a bit conjuice. That's the word he's used. He said he doesn't want to use them up quickly, so whenever he's composing, he'll light it and then turn it off once he's done.
Oh
So,
wow.
and so, I mean,
Wow.
that's the way Sir does it. And do you have any rituals like that when you're composing? Like,
I wish I could. I
this
wish
light
I
should
had.
be on, or I should wear blue color t-shirt. When I go for interviews, it has to be a blue shirt. So I'm just saying.
None of these kind of ritual. But one thing, it definitely I look forward to when I want to compose a new song. Maybe if I get a new project that I have to work
Yeah,
on, and I have to start composing, I have to travel. I have to get out of the city,
amazing.
or maybe the country,
Wow.
or just Goa is also fine for me.
Yeah,
But that uh, is very important.
you need a
That
break.
really, yeah, that really does something to me, and it helps a lot. And a lot of my good soundtracks that I have, good songs that I have composed in my career,
Yeah,
is majorly because of that I was traveling.
amazing.
It's not happened in one. I'm not. Today I have to compose, and I have come to the studio.
Yeah,
Today I have to do this song. And then it doesn't happen like that for me. I'll do that. I will do that. I have done that also. There's no magic in it somehow. Then I have to explore. I have to get out. I have to go out, travel, meet people, party hard, be happy, be positive, uh, do crazy things, do stupid things. Yeah, and those things kind of rejuvenate, help me compose better. And then things start coming into my head naturally. It just comes. And I have always noticed. I'm sure it has happened to Sir, to everybody. The tune that comes to you naturally, when it's just
yeah.
everything, something that sits in your head, tuck, those are the best in the world. Nothing can replace that. The one you sit and make, whatever, it might be good, but it doesn't have, we won't have that magic.
Right.
That's my experience. That's my
Yeah.
experience. It
Amazing.
has to come from somewhere. That connection has to happen.
Awesome.
So this, what I'm trying to say is that connection could happen for anybody. It could happen anyway. Like for Sir, it could be the candle. He's a highly spiritual person. He does reads namaz for 5 days in a day. That's like doing meditation for 5 days. I'm saying
5 times.
5 times, 5 times a day. Uh, for me, it's traveling. That connection. So that some sort of connection is needed from the Almighty.
Amazing. Great.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring when you describe all this. Great. Uh, Amit, but you might be able to relate to this because you're such a hardcore fan, with so much passion that you're describing almost everything. Is one of the things that I've noticed with Sir's music is uh, I must have heard a track. Let's say I'll pick Trida Trida for example. I must have heard it millions of times, but all of a sudden I'd have just heard a brand new sound in it, and very recently. And is it just me, or it actually happens for every fan, or what about you?
For every fan. Like, see, when I um, I have been through that process when I was small. When I was a 14, 15-year-old, when the Thoda had come, every night or day, the headphones used to go. I used to tell my family, just like completely, what do you call it? Discard myself from, just take
Correct.
a break from everybody
Yeah, yeah.
and just go in my shell,
Hmm.
go in my room, put a headphones on, and just get mesmerized into that world of Fitoor. And that album has made me bonkers, man. Bonkers. Just I can't describe it has made me feel. So every night has to do that. It's like what kind of a study, or you call it, or some sort of a I don't know what, a ritual. Yeah, a ritual which is every night come and sit and discover every time a new thing about the song, a new aspect of the of Sir's imagination, and every time the album gets over, every time, how does this man think like this? How can somebody think like this? She, rubbish. I hate it. So those were the feelings when I was a small thing. Yeah, but you're right. Each day a new discovery was happening. Each day. There's so much learning. Oh my God, so much learning.
So have you met Sir? Have you spoken to him?
Oh, many times. He's the most thrilling and the most beautiful moment was when he had invited me to his iftar party in his house in 2016, 17, I guess. I forgot. 17, yeah, 2007, 3 years back.
Yeah.
Me, Salim Suleiman, Ranjit Sir, Mithun. So a very select few he had invited for that party. Just 4, 5, 6 of us. Mehboob Sir. And we spent some 3-4 hours in his house. And oh God, I can't tell you. First of all, I'm a fanboy and I was so nervous. I was actually quiet most of the time, but I was trying to talk. And just to make people feel that I'm around, but I was very nervous. I couldn't speak a word. I was tongue tied completely, and I was just I can't tell you how. It was tough. It was tough for me to be around him. Many occasions have been like that around him when we have been part of the same track, been part of a same event.
Yeah,
I'm like this. I might have 20,000 questions to ask in my head. But the moment he comes in front of me, gone. Blanked out. All gone. Blanked out. Nothing comes.
Very true.
Listen, I won't have that guts in me to ask him. Like you can do that, but I don't know. I just failed. I envy you. How did you do his interview for an hour?
No, actually, you know what, Amit? So I have been traveling to India and other countries just to meet Sir during the concerts. And recently I was there in Trichy in February this year. And I traveled all the way just for I actually just went to meet him, that's all. And then he saw me. He was up on the stage. He saw me down there and he said, "Come closer." And I went near the backstage and he came down the stage and he was standing right beside me and no words were coming out of my mouth. And he tapped on my back saying, "Come on, man, speak up." And then I started talking to him and he made me feel very comfortable. I've met him numerous times.
No. He makes you feel very home, very comfortable. But that's true. Yeah. That's very true. He did that to me also when I was, beautiful experience there. But being a fan like that, you are not. It's tough. It's tough for you just speak up like that.
And he gave me 15 minutes. There were about 300 people waiting. We were surrounded by around 300 people. Everyone were quiet. And because Sir was there and he was talking to me and we were talking for nearly 15 minutes. And then at the end of the conversation, he said, "Chanda, you know what? Let's take a picture." And he said, "Give me your phone." And he said, this is the picture we took. And
wow.
He took the picture.
Wow.
And so it's been an amazing moment for me because somebody I have idolized. And okay, this is how I want to put it. So all my life I have been the person saying, "Can I please have a picture?" and and stuff like that. And for the first time ever, my idol himself says, "Okay, let's take a picture," and I will take it. So
I envy you, Chandar. I hate you.
So I just can't believe it. So sir has been extremely kind, Amit. So even last year, I don't know if you must have come across the news where this crazy guy in Australia put I love ARR on his BMW car, new car.
Yeah, yeah. Was that you?
That was me, and that's me.
Oh, okay, okay.
So,
I saw that. I saw that. And like, oh, who is this crazier fan than me? I was like,
and since then, I'm not bragging here. Since then, for some reason, if you go and Google saying AR Rahman's biggest fan, it'll come up as me with a huge number of pictures of me and sir. So,
wow.
but I'm not saying this to show off or anything. But the thing is, I've always wanted to do something in terms of a little tribute from my end. And then when I decided to get my dream car, I wanted to cherish it, and I put I love ARR on it. And then sir
Wow.
was extremely kind. And as soon as I put that out on Instagram, imagine he's got millions of followers. And I put that up on Instagram and Twitter. Minutes later, he responded, and it just went viral. And things changed
Brilliant.
totally after that. So
Wow. Wow.
So,
So
and
cool, yeah.
when I met Sir, I told him, Sir, when you come to Australia next, please allow me to pick you up at the airport and I want you to come in this car. He said, No, that's not a problem, but will you let me drive? I said, Of course.
You are in Australia right now or where?
Yes, I'm in Australia.
Achha, you're in Australia. Okay, okay. So you
Yeah.
live there. That's your hometown.
Yes, I've been here for 20 years.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Wow, you're doing this podcast from Australia. That's amazing,
Yes.
but commendable, man. Crazy, crazy.
No, because anything for Sir, because this podcast was, I know, as I said, I started off just doing it as a podcast, but what it's turned out to be is like a talking autobiography of Sir, like the
Correct.
likes of yourself and Shankar Mahadevan Sir and everyone who have come forward and done it. It's turned into an autobiography of Sir, and then Sir is extremely happy with what's happened, and he's all that Sir said when I spoke to him recently was he said, Chanda, your intent is right. That's why this is happening.
Wow. That's true. That's true. Absolutely correct. Absolutely
And
correct. Yeah.
even Naresh supports me a lot. He has he's given me a lot of encouragement on this, and so it's been a magical
Amazing.
journey, Amit. I can't describe. I mean, the
Beautiful.
thing is, no way I would have ever imagined that I would be sitting here and talking to Amit Trivedi here one on one. It's in my dream. No way.
Wow. This, it's only could be possible because of Sir. He's the reason behind all this. Wow. Wow. So good.
So,
So
Amit,
glad. So, it's amazing to meet a fellow fan who is equally passionate about Sir's music. It's so wonderful. It feels home. It feels good.
thank you so much. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just been magical. That's all I can say. And so I wanted to thank you again for pulling out time for coming on this podcast.
Anytime,
And
bro. Anytime. Anytime.
I I just have just two more things to ask you, and then
Please, please.
I will let you go back into your
No problem.
comfort zone. So one thing is, of course, it's going to be a hard thing. You will
Hmm.
have so many favorites of Sir's songs.
Uh,
If you had to
okay.
pick maybe three of your favorites,
Three.
what would those be? I know it's
I,
tough.
oh God, three. Oh,
My guess is one of them from Tirda Tirda, is it?
yeah, I was just thinking. So, intercollegiate festivals happen in every college.
Yeah.
Those festivals every year. And it happened in my college too, in Rizvi. And I was in 11th standard that time. 11th standard, yeah. And in that festival, all sorts of things were happening. Singing competition, dance competitions, fashion show, mimicry, Prana Dimka. And that 2 days of the festival, the common factor that I observed from the morning till it was a full day festival. 2 days of proper full day festival where all sorts of things are happening. The common music that kept playing again and again, again and again, again and again. for those 2 days, it got hammered into my head was Chandralekha
Wow.
from Tiruda Tiruda. Chandralekha, that one.
Of course.
And every time it poured me over, mesmerized me. After that, that's what. After that, I
Yeah.
got to know about Tiruda Tiruda, and I like, what is this, man? And my friends were with me, and my friends are only singing that. Tallali nannare, tallandare rattari. My friends are only singing that, and I'm thinking, what are they singing? They're singing the same song. So it was so much bombarded on me.
Yeah.
I was so impacted up by it, that song, and I'm blown away by it. And it was because college festival, it was playing on full blown speakers, huge speakers.
Yeah.
Just imagine Chandralekha playing on huge speakers like that and hitting you.
Wow.
And then that was I would say
That's
Chandralekha. Yeah, so because of the sheer melody, singing, arrangement, everything about it, the energy, the vibe of everything was just immaculate.
yeah.
See, it's three stuff, but then I'm doing it somehow I'm doing it. Three is very tough.
I'm
One is
sorry.
Chandralekha. Two would be Swadesh ka ta 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 ye
Yes.
jo desh hai. Now I have cried in the theater hall.
Oof.
I've been cried like weeping like loudly when
Wow.
that song came. I don't know why. And it played in the background, the Shah Rukh Khan in the train with that kid
Yeah.
from outside, and the song playing,
Yeah.
the Shehnai playing, Sir's voice. I couldn't stop my tears. I kept crying. And throughout the film scene, then I was crying. That impacted me. And after I went home, I was numb. I was quiet. I love that film. A lot of people hated that film, and a lot of people had different.
Yeah.
Bhad mein jao, get lost, whatever you feel. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I just loved it. I just did something inside me, man. Some
Wow.
some magic had. So that became my second favorite. Ye jo desh hai tera, so desh hai tera. And third would be definitely Roja's Ye Hasi Wadiya, Ye Khula Asma.
Amazing.
Abe Humka. That kind of sound. What do you call the sonic personality of that whole soundscape, entire soundscape? I haven't heard in my life till date.
Wow.
I don't know. It transports you, man. It transports you to some other world. You just close your eyes and put in your headphones, dim the lights, close your eyes and put that track, and you are transported.
Yeah.
Time machine. That song is a time machine. It just takes you somewhere, some other place, some other time,
Wow.
some place beautiful. It takes you. It's
Amazing.
amazing. So yeah,
Great.
so these three I can remember clearly, but there are many. There are
Of
many.
course. Of course. I know it's a good question. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
And just last thing, Amit. I know you adore Sir a lot, and Sir likes you and your music so much, and he
yeah.
has spoken about it so many times, as we know. And I
Yeah,
was
but
just,
that was the best day of my life. I remember. No, he had sent me a bouquet. He had sent me when I won my national award for Devdi. He had a bouquet had come, a big bouquet
yeah,
came. I was like, I saw it, and I saw the what do you call that?
card.
Why I keep forgetting things? The letter or something. What do you call the card, right? And last when it said AR Rahman, my bouquet fell out of my hand. And my heart skipped a beat, and bouquet fell. Everything fell. What? No. This is not real. Somebody pinch me. That was the best moment of most amazing moment of my life. Most amazing moment of my life to get that bouquet from Sir.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
So, Amit, is there? Okay, before I request you that, whenever a podcast releases, Sir gets the first link, and Sir generally watches stuff in fast forward mode because he doesn't have time. and I'm sure he will watch this one when it comes out. So I was just wondering if there is something that you want to dedicate to Sir and sing maybe a couple of lines.
Oh God. Oh God. What should I sing for him?
It can be your song also.
It's my song also.
It can be anything to make it easier for you.
Oh my God. Shit, it's a tough one. I'm too nervous to do this. Too nervous to do this. Should I say? Sorry, I'm blank. I've gone blank on this. What do I sing?
How about you convey a message for Sir via this podcast?
Yeah, I just thank you so much, sir, for being you. I'm blessed and honored that I am born in this era where you are also there. It is I can't explain. It's how emotional I feel about your music till date. It's been 30 years and 30 years. I've cherished and enjoyed each and every piece of music that you've created till date. Thank you for those memories. Thank you for the happiness. Thank you for inspiration. Thank you for everything that I have today in my life. It's thanks to you. So thank you for being ARR, man. Thank you for being ARR.
Thank you so much, Amit. So, as I said, it's just been an absolute dream to have you on this podcast. It's been a dream for quite a while, ever since I started, because I was very, very determined to have you, and luckily it happened. Today will be one of the days I will definitely remember, and I've never been so excited. To be honest with you, I was very excited when Sir was coming on the podcast, and I've been equally excited when you said you're also coming on the podcast. So I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really
Thank you for having me on this.
Oh,
Thank
not
you
at
for
all.
having me.
So thank you so much once again, Amit. It's been an absolute dream to have you.
Thank you so much, Chandra, for doing this. I would love to do this more. Yeah, totally.
Thank you.
Great.